Hey guys, welcome back. We're looking at solving quadratic equations. We kind of already have visited some of this in a previous video, but I guess this is going to be progressing into more your non-monic expressions. And so really simply, if I were to put things straight, you factorize your quadratic expression, whether it's monic, non-monic, whether you're going to complete the square or by grouping, and then you use the null factor law to solve for x. Okay, so this is just going to revisit the different factorizing approaches and then putting in place the null factor law to work out the solutions for x here. So looking at this one, we have a monic expression. The coefficient of x squared is just 1. So immediately I want to look at factors of 8 that add up to -6. And in this case, we have -2 and -4. So I can definitely say that x minus 4 and then x minus 2 equals 0. That's going to be my factorized form. And straight to solutions, x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x is going to equal 4 as our first solution. And then x minus 2 equals 0. X equals positive 2 as our second solution. So x is equal to 4 and 2 as my answer. Okay, now we're looking at the next one here. Obviously, it is not monic. The coefficient of x squared is 5, and there aren't any common factors with all three numbers. Okay, 5 is a prime, and 22 and 21 have different factors. Okay, so then the question is, well, what do we do here? So now we need to look at options of, well, 5 times 21 is, so this is our value for A, this is our value for B, this is our value for C. And remember, we want values of A, C that add up to B. And 5 times 21 is 105. What are the factors of 105 that adds up to -22? And if you are, familiar with your timetables, or you're efficient with it, you're quick with it, you want to trial and error different things. And so I can say that 7 times 15 is equal to 105, and 7 plus 15 is equal to 22. So what we really need, because it is a -22, we want it to be -7 and -15. Okay, so we got 5x squared minus 15x minus 7x plus 21 is equal to 0. So now we see that we're using the non-monic approach, and we have 4 terms we want to factorize by grouping, and we split the 4 terms into 2 parts and factorize each half. So the highest common factor between 5x squared and minus 15x is actually 5x. Both have a common number of 5 and a common letter of x. Inside the brackets, x minus 3 is going to be the factored leftover in the brackets over there. And remember, when we are factorizing by grouping, we want the other set of brackets to be the same. The moment that these two brackets are different, then you've done something wrong with your factorizing. Either each of these 4 terms, one of them is incorrect, or you haven't taken out the highest common factor. The highest common factor between 7 and 21 is 7, okay? But what we need is a -7, because -7 times x is -7x, and -7 times -3 is positive 21. So that equals 0 there. So now we've got these two terms, 5x outside of x minus 3 and -7 outside of x minus 3. And what we can do is simply 5x minus 7 is on one side, and then x minus 3 is on the other side. So we've factorized through a non-monic approach, and we have our 2 brackets here, go straight to null factor law, and we can say that 5x minus 7 is equal to 0. So 5x is equal to 7. Our first solution is 7 divided by 5, or 7 over 5. Our second solution, x minus 3 equal to 0, x is equal to positive 3. Okay, so our solutions is x is equal to 7 over 5 and 3. Okay, so let's now move on to our final equation. All right, so we have 6x squared plus 17x plus 5. We could have a look at this. Well, what's a times c? Well, 6 plus 5 is equal to 30. Okay, well, sorry, 6 times 5 is equal to 30. Do we have factors of 30 that add up to 17? Well, yes, we've got 15 and 2. Okay, so then we could say that 6x squared plus 2x plus 15x plus 5 is equal to 0. There we go. And we're going to factorize by grouping again from both halves. And the highest common factor between 6x squared and 2x is going to be 2x. And we have 3x plus 1 left over. So again, if you want to make sure that your factorizing is correct, simple thing is do the opposite. You expand. 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times 1 is 2x. We want the other set of brackets to be the same. Okay, and in this case, the highest factor between 15 and 5 is 5. And do we want a positive negative one? We want a positive one, because positive 5 times 3x is 15x, and then 5 times 1 is 5. So we're good. We're now almost there. 2x plus 5 is in one bracket, and the common brackets it's left alone. And we can then apply the null factor law to solve for our solutions for x. So 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to minus 5. X is equal to minus 5 over 2. Our other one is 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Take 1 from both sides. You have 3x equals minus 1. Divide both sides by 3. X equals minus 1 over 3. So our solutions, x is equal to minus 5 over 2 and minus 1 over 3. So hopefully that helps you. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.